Let me be honest with you. When she rejected you, she didn't think twice. She moved on, assumed you would either chase her or disappear. What she never expected was you becoming genuinely happy. Not fake happy, not posting gym photos for attention, actually happy. That shift hits a part of her psychology she will never admit. Rejection is not the end. It is an assumption about your reaction. She expects you to validate her decision by chasing or confirm it by disappearing bitter. When you do neither, everything changes. When she sees you thriving without her approval, a psychological mechanism activates that most men never notice. This video breaks down what happens in her mind, the 7 signs she's watching you, how to respond if she reaches out, and the framework that puts you in the strongest position. Before anything else, understand what this is not. This is not about trying to make her jealous. Forced happiness is obvious and looks desperate. This also is not about revenge. Bitterness slows your recovery. This is about understanding female psychology so you can move forward with clarity. You will learn the patterns women rarely admit, the behaviors that signal regret, and how to respond while keeping your dignity. This is about your recovery and personal power, not her validation. Most men fall into an analysis loop after rejection. They overthink every detail, every word, every moment. They freeze because they are focused on our judgment instead of their own growth. The truth is, rejection often has nothing to do with your value. Women reject men for many reasons unrelated to attraction, wrong timing, unresolved feelings for someone else, fear of getting hurt, emotional unavailability. In that moment, she made a decision based on her state, not your worth. This is where most men slip. They either chase harder or disappear angry. Both prove her assumptions correct. The guy who chases shows he needs her validation. The guy who disappears bitter shows she had the power to affect him. Both keep her in control. Everything shifts when you do neither. She assumed you would react in predictable ways. Then you broke that pattern. This leads to the framework. Here is the psychology. When she said no, she was operating inside what I call the validation economy. She felt in control. Your interest was her currency. She assumed you would either try to earn her back or disappear hurt. Both keep her comfortable. But when she sees you genuinely thriving, the economy collapses. You are not chasing. You are not bitter. You are simply happy. This creates cognitive dissonance. Her expectations do not match reality. She did not get the validation she expected. Her mind starts searching for answers. This leads to social proof anxiety. She starts wondering if her judgment was wrong. If you are doing well without her approval, maybe she misread your value. Women evaluate mate value through social feedback. When she rejected you, she assumed you would prove her choice correct. When you do not, she begins to question everything. This usually happens between weeks 3 and 8. Early on, she feels certain. After a few weeks, when she sees you doing well, curiosity increases. She compares. How are you doing? How is she doing? Did she give up someone with potential? Your indifference creates more curiosity than your attention ever did. When you wanted her, she understood your position. When you move on, you become unpredictable. Mystery bothers the human brain. She checks your stories. She asks mutual friends. She tries to bump into you. Not always because she wants you back, but because she needs to resolve the question of why you are fine without her validation. That need is where her power ends. Here are the 7 signs she is watching you. 1. Her social media behavior changes. She views your stories early. She likes old posts. She checks your profile late at night. That is not casual. That is monitoring. 2. Mutual friends start mentioning her questions. How you are doing. If you are seeing someone, these questions always come from her indirectly. 3. Convenient coincidences increase. She appears in places she rarely visited before. She is positioning herself to see you without making it obvious. 4. Her posts mirror your activity. You share something positive. She posts soon after. It is reactive. She wants to stay visible. 5. She sends breadcrumb text, short messages with no purpose. She wants to see if you still respond emotionally. 6. She asks about your dating life, directly or through others. This means she's calculating whether she still has space to return. 7. Her friends start viewing your content. People you barely know. She wants updates without exposing herself. These signs show that her expectations were wrong. She expected you to behave in predictable ways. You did not. Now she is watching. Most men ruin this stage by performing happiness instead of living it. If you are still thinking about her daily, checking her activity, or posting for her attention, you are not happy. You are performing. She can sense that immediately. Genuine happiness is more attractive than any tactic. If she's the reason you try to look unbothered, she still has power. Real indifference means building a life that fulfills you whether she sees it or not. Go to the gym for your own strength. Spend time with friends because it matters to you. Build your career because it increases your quality of life. Date new people because you actually enjoy it. Authentic growth is different from performance. The less you need her awareness, the more she feels the shift. You stop orbiting her. That is where real power comes from. At this point, she will reach out. It is common. How you respond determines everything. There are 3 types of messages. Type 1. Ego validation. Short, vague messages, no substance. She wants to check if she still has access to your attention. Respond with warm but limited replies. Hope you are doing well. Wait several hours. Do not ask follow-up questions. If she wants more, she must invest more. Type 2. Genuine interest. She references something specific. She asks about your life with real curiosity. She shows vulnerability. Respond briefly, then suggest meeting. Coffee this week. Real interest shows up in person, not in long text chains. This puts you in control. Type 3. Testing texts. I miss you. I made a mistake. These sound deep but often lack accountability. Respond with balanced energy. I appreciate that. I have been focused on my growth. Glad we can talk openly. If she is serious, she will show effort over time, not through one emotional message. Before responding, ask yourself one question. Do you want her or do you want her approval? Be honest. If it is approval, you have not moved on. If you consider reconnecting, she must meet 3 conditions. She acknowledges how things ended. She respects your boundaries. She shows consistent interest. If she cannot meet these, you keep your distance. Ask yourself this filter. Would the version of you today accept how she treated you before? If not, her return only confirms your growth. You might not want her anymore. That is real freedom. The truth is simple. The real win is not getting her back. The real win is becoming the man who no longer needs her. Men who truly grow after rejection end up with better partners. The woman who rejected you often becomes a chapter you outgrow. Not because you proved anything to her, but because you rebuilt yourself. If she came back tomorrow, would you still want her? Or have you grown beyond the person who once waited for her? Sometimes rejection is the force that pushes you into becoming someone stronger. When you stop needing her validation, you gain freedom. Once you feel that freedom, her opinion stops carrying weight. If a woman has ever come back after rejecting you, share what happened. Did you keep your distance or reconnect? These stories help others who are going through the same thing. If you are in that post-rejection stage, share where you are right now. This space is for men who want real growth. No tricks, no bitterness, just improvement. Her rejection never defined you. Your response does. Build the life that makes her opinion irrelevant. Become the man who is proud of himself. If she regrets it later, that is only a side effect of your progress. The power was always yours.